Fall Review, Problem 19. A new spiral notebook contains 30 more sheets of paper than a new memo book. The total number of sheets of paper in 3 spiral notebooks and 5 new memo books is 810. So which system of equations can be used to find S, the number of sheets of paper in 1 new spiral notebook, and M, the number of sheets of paper in 1 new memo book? So S is talking about the number of papers in the spiral, M is the number of papers in the memo. It's always a good idea to highlight or underline what your variables are representing. So they told me that the new spiral notebook contains 30 more than the memo book. So let's come back to that in a second. They told me that the total number of sheets of paper in 3 spiral notebooks and 5 memo books is 810. So I'm going to write an equal to that. 5 times the number of memo books, because M is talking about the number of pages in each one of those memo books. And they said this is, so that equals 810. So we're talking about the number of pages in the book. So if I look at my answer choices, this one's okay, this one's okay. Well, think about this for a second. It might kind of help you out. If S and M are talking about the number of pages in the books, if you added the pages for the spiral notebook contains 30 more sheets of paper than the new memo book. So think about which one has more. In this case, it's the spiral notebook. So that's why I'm going to start with S is equal to. Now this has the same amount of pages as the memo book, except that it has 30 more. So I would be adding 30 to it. So when you're looking at your answer choices, they have the 30 by itself. They have the M on the other side. So if I'm trying to get 30 by itself and I need to move the M over, it's a positive M, so I'm going to subtract it from each side, which means S minus M is equal to 30. So that's why answer choice A is our solution. Okay. What's really happening here is that it's telling us that the difference between the pages in the spiral book and the memo book is 30. So between those two, there's a difference of 30 pages between them.